And so here's a tricky thing. If you come across somebody who is exhibiting signs of hopelessness and you do sense a subtle sign of suicide, it's tricky because you can't fill a cup that's already full. If a person is already believing that there is no hope for something, or they're already believing in one direction, you will drain yourself as a supporter trying to get them to believe in the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to convert them to believe something different than what they are already dead set on believing, right? And so it's tricky being a supporter of somebody who has hopelessness, because your role is not necessarily going to be to try to instill hope or inspire them to hope again. Although some of you, that will be your role. But some of you guys are just there to kind of hold space, to listen. Let them think what they think. Sometimes when we're trying to change somebody's thoughts, it invalidates how they feel. It makes them feel like it's stupid to think the way they think. Your role as a supporter to someone who is struggling with suicidal thoughts is not to talk them out of their thoughts. It's not to dismiss their thoughts, to say, oh, that's not right. Don't do that. That's not fair. You shouldn't think like that. That's not your role. So for example, if somebody is feeling hopeless, your role is not to say, to make them feel like it's wrong for them to feel hopeless, or it's stupid for them to feel hopeless, or they shouldn't feel hopeless. That's not your role. And I know you may think that like, oh, I'm helping them find their hope by encouraging them to release this hopelessness. That's how you see it. But put yourself in the shoes of the person who is struggling with suicide. And in their reality, there is nothing to hope for. You keep talking like there is something to hope for, which really means you don't get it. You don't get me. You don't get what I'm going through. You don't understand. And now, yet again, I am not seen. I am not supported. Like I am alone in my worldview and my experience. So be mindful. All right, so let me wrap this up by saying this. Your role as a supporter of those who are considering suicide, your role is to be an emotional supporter, a listening ear, to let them vent, let them share, validate their pain. Don't encourage them to complete the suicide. Like, don't talk them into jumping, but validate the pain that is causing them to want to escape, validate that. Let them talk. Let them share in a way that they cannot share anywhere else, and no one else will allow them to share. Listen to them, be attentive to them in a way that no one else seems to care enough to be attentive to them, And when it's all said and done, after you've sufficiently explored and let them explore their feelings, you've explored their feelings and what's going on, connect them. Your role is to connect them. Connect them to a support group, a mental health professional, the nearest ER. Your role is to listen, to provide emotional support, and connect.